Hey, this is Will Knight. We are back with another podcast, and we are here at the Academy, Benjilani Striking, where we practice Muay Thai, we practice boxing, grappling, and a lot of other self-defense classes here. So I'm here today with my coach, Caleb. And Caleb, how's it going?
It's going good, Will. We're here for another session. You do very many sessions. Some would almost think that you were in a fight camp preparing for something the way that you train, but great day.
Yeah, Adil always tells me he's going to set me up with a fight, and I'm like, nope, don't do it. So tell me, a little bit about yourself. How did you get into MMA?
So I was never necessarily great at team sports. I was decently athletic, but I didn't really like the fact that nothing was really on me. So I kind of got it more into boxing, and then I got into Taekwondo, and then from there, those were the only things I kind of glued to. So when I was about 13, I went to an MMA gym and just kind of fell in love with it and started training all around different boxing, kickboxing gyms, jiu-jitsu gyms. And then when I was, say, probably about 16, I found my head coach, Pete Spratt, and that was kind of like who I came up with and who I really learned the fight game under and kickboxing and being a real good striker from him. So.
Okay, so wow, that's a lot. So you teach classes here, you teach private lessons. So tell me about your fight history, because I know you were in a couple fights, and I was actually lobbying for Adil at Benjilani Striking to put his picture up on the wall with the rest of the coaches.
So my fighting career, I started fighting when I was pretty young. I'd say between 19, 20, around there. And I had my first amateur fight. I had already been preparing, like I said, in high school I started training, so I was already preparing myself to try to take that route and fight. And then it just took some time to get a fight going. In Texas, MMA wasn't really that big at the time. It was still kind of like developing. Like my first fight was in a bullpen with like dust that was getting kicked up when you walked into the ring, and just people are doing square dancing on the other side of the room, and then you're getting into a fist fight on the other side. So it's just like it was still new. It wasn't what it is today, where we have like a bigger regional show. But so I had a lot of fights early on in my career. I took a fight like every 2 months when I first started. So I was just trying to fight as much as I can. And then obviously you get older, injuries happen and stuff like that. So it kind of starts to like slow you down a little bit. But now I think I'm sitting at like a total of 22 fights total, something like that, a good amount.
Okay. So here in the class, I see all age groups. I see people from in their late 60s to I saw one guy in his 70s. He was working out with another coach, doing some mobility work, some wellness work. So what's the typical age, or not the typical age group, but tell me about the age range that you train people.
So I've trained kids from like 5 years old, and it's really just trying to make everything into a game. So that way it's just babysitting at that point. But I mean, you do teach them some fundamentals, and they'll pick up and they'll soak up. I've seen kids that have started when they're 7 and they go to be champions, so they soak it up. But then you even see people in late 60s, even 70s. I've had people that come in and they get in on the technique and stuff like that. I mean, the way that technique is supposed to be is to have the most outcome from the most efficient movement, and so that's what we're learning, is like how to move efficiently and how to use our body and mechanics correctly, so that way you don't get injured. So it's actually really great to learn like your balance and learn how to control your body in a natural state and balance with your body weight and just move your body. So all age ranges, really.
Okay, so what about the rest of the coaches here? Have you learned from them? Do they give you tips? Obviously you get tips, because I train with several coaches here, and everybody has their specialty, which is interesting. One of the coaches, Jimmy, is all about volume. Robbie, you never know what you're going to get that day, because he'll teach you something that you've never seen before. Yeah. You put it all together. You're about no time limit. There is no bell. And Adil just he just kills you. He's the guy who who you want to train with last because you guys are preparing us to train with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really cool because all of us we're all really, really good strikers, and we all come from a different background. Like the way I teach, no time limit. We're just building off the combination. Like when we're here to work, and we're going for the whole hour. We're taking whatever we're learning and we're applying it and just getting the most out of it is the way I see it. I think it's just like anything else. As far as private training, like you're paying for a lesson, like I'm going to make sure I'm working the whole hour. Like, I'm here to work. If you want to take a break, that's for you. But I'm here to work the whole hour. Like, I'm putting in the work. So I want to be that type of coach. Like, I'm there for you, you know? Like, I'm there to do the work, and, like, you just show up, and I'll make it happen. Like, well, not make it happen. You make it happen, but I'm going to kind of give you the path. And also, with that being said, my style of coaching, I like to teach, like, a lot of setups and, like tricky type stuff and whatnot, little trips and things to psych out your opponent. I love being able to be like, gotcha, like psych. But that's like how like my style, my coach's style was. So like I learned from him, and it's really cool how it's like it is a long lineage. And then you see Rob and his style, and then the gym he comes from, and then like it makes sense, right? Jimmy's got like a lot of finesse, and he's been around the game for a long time. He's probably had a lot of coaches, learned from a lot of people. So he's got so many different little tricks in his bag. And like Adil has exactly that, like drill sergeant, like we're moving, we're going to fight, and there's like you'll get a break, but you better bust your ass for those couple minutes, you know? Like,
exactly. I've been there.
So, yeah, and I think we all take a little part of that from each other. We do coaches training every week, and we train twice a week with each other, and it's really great because Adil will pull something in, Jimmy will pull something in, Rob will pull something in, and we all just kind of like add our little like spin on it to kind of fit the style we have already, but make it implementable from each angle. So.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because when I come here, I always set my my watch, my Apple Watch, to my fitness, and it's always between 500 and 600 calories that I'm burning within an hour. And these are, 2-minute rounds, 3-minute rounds, and with a minute break. So we're actually going to wrap this up because one of us needs to train, the other one needs to get tired. So what a piece of advice do you have for someone who is looking to go into boxing or some type of fitness where the gym is not for them, yoga's not for them, Pilates not for them? What advice or something can you tell someone?
As far as like if you wanted to try kickboxing or even had the thought about it, like if those things weren't for you, I would definitely say just don't be scared. Like it's intimidating because it's kickboxing and we're punching people in language that we're learning together like a dance would be. It's just a man dance, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, you know what's interesting is I always come to class sometimes just to take photos, and I always see people of different backgrounds, different nationalities, different genders, women, men, everything from, age group to, 20-something years old to 70 years old. So it's always interesting to see how this academy is progressing, and you guys actually training with different people as well. So if you have one piece of advice that your parents or someone significant or close to you gave you, do you want to pass it on?
Just do what you want to do. The money will come. Do whatever you want to do.
And that's it for All About Nothing, and we'll see you guys next Friday.